Drop the mic. Mic drop. Hello, everybody. Namaste. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to live readings. Tuesday live readings with Sadhana. That's me. If you are just dropping by, I am a reader and lover of this medium for self-reflection and journeying into our stuff. And I'm here today to offer support in any way that I can. And I want to thank you for your support of my channel. Really appreciate all of you. Welcome to the regular crew, who is the regular suspects who are filing in. I have, as always, been sometimes I feel like I'm in a bit of a pachinko machine. Do you know what pachinko is? If you've ever been to Japan, it's like pinball on steroids. And that's what it felt like just a little bit as I was trying to put together this contemplation for today. And this comes through lots of different people's blog posts. It comes through my own meditation and personal practice. But there's just something really, I feel like almost scary, actually, with what the potential of what is emerging in our voices at this time. And so I'm going to read to you the little bit that I wrote down below, and then I'll expand on that and do a reading for the collective. Mercury is direct now, has been for a bit. As Mercury picks up speed. So one of the things you need to know is that Mercury, is it go direct tomorrow? Sorry, I don't have my dates here. Mercury will whiz through Libra in just 2 weeks. So there is this sense of, I don't know, it just feels very, very frenetic. As Mercury picks up speed and moves into Libra, while you continue to digest everything that happened in the summer. So when Venus was retrograde in Leo, I did a lot of readings. There was a lot of heartfelt, challenging readings that came through. And now with Venus going direct, and Venus is also beginning to pick up speed, it's a time for really embracing that energy and all that you learned this summer. So communication is really important here of that which you are digesting from your summer reflections. Your inner Venus is tired of being quiet. She wants to come to the front, stand with her legs apart, put her hands on her hips and say, "Have you been listening? I have been skirting around this topic. I have been skirting around these messages for a long time, and now I need you to hear me. This is important to me. This matters. This is part of who I am. And if I'm to stand in my integrity moving forward, you need to hear this and you need to understand this." But this is not just about Venus. This is the season of relationships. This is the season of relationships. So the question here is one of understanding that if you can find the voice, the authentic voice of your inner Venus, find the courage and the strength to let her shine through, and have full faith that your voice. And this is not just women, right? This is the inner Venusian voice of all beings. That the relationship that is causing you the most, I'll use the word trouble, at this point in your life, in the long term, will benefit from you speaking up. I don't know. There's this cycle. So somebody said to me, the last time Venus was retrograde was it 2017? That was the year that I moved here. Where, anyway, it would be good to look back and to see what was happening the last time Venus was retrograde, because you might get even more insight into this. Okay, I want to go to the chat and just sort of see where you all are with these reflections, because I'm feeling a little bit passionate here. Okay, so Mercury, yes, Mercury went direct, but it was still in some sort of a shadow, was it not? It is the rapidity that it will pass through Libra that is going to have a great effect. And that urgency that we might all be feeling to express. At least that's what I'm picking up on. Okay. Welcome to all of you. Okay, George. Oh, Amy. That name just throws me off. I'm sorry. Georgia Wildflower is Amy. Used to be a different name. Welcome to you. Laura, Saskia, Clevis, Donna. Thank you. Dee. Hello. Sharon. I'm really glad that you made it too. Hannah. Welcome. Arcana 73. Hello to you. And oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. Amelia, welcome to you. There we go. This is Amelia, everybody. And then we have, who else is here? I saw some other people. Oh my goodness. What did you just say here? Aspi? Donna. Speaking up in a relationship, the coordination between second and fifth chakras, keep the flow going. Yes, so I want to expand on what Donna is saying here. So a lot of the emotional issues with relationship, it can be experienced sexually, but it might also just be your discomfort with emotions, your right to be joyful, your right to feel. Ultimately, the right of the second chakra is to feel. And the next step from that would be the right to feel joy. And I think part of that expression is expressing who you are and really being yourself. And that is purified through the throat. So, interesting little chakra tidbit here is that we are born into this dimension through the second chakra, through the waters of the womb of our mothers. We are born into the fifth dimension, so into more of a spiritual experience through the fifth chakra. So this purification of the voice, this finding one's authenticity and truth, is a really important part of this journey. Okay, now, Amy, let's go to your comment here. Your daughter is home now, nursing wounds from a bad breakup with her fiance. Oh dear. And ditto. I have a ditto here that I'm also navigating with one of my daughters. So yeah, so something's going on in the stars. And those of you who are astrologers, who dabble in this, who also do this kind of work, I would love to hear your 2 cents. Yeah. Welcome, Jennifer. Hello. All right, let's do a reading for the collective, okay? I was thinking of using Bone Stone. Then I was glancing at Wee Moon because I had it out. I was using it earlier. But let's use this. So the reason I was late coming on is because I'm trying to find a topic for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 tarot, which is a tag that's going around. So I think tomorrow I will do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 tarot in my 5 o'clock time slot. And my topic is going to be 20th century. 5 decks, 4 books, 3 spreads, 2 tarot tips. I forget what the one is. I'm sure we all feel this way in some way. And I think part of this feeling is that it's the relationship brings that out in you. And there's a deeper exploration here. It's like that mirror wants you to find something. Perhaps that mirror also makes you express a version of yourself or a voice that no other person can. Those people might actually be a gift. Okay. There have been some really interesting themes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 tarot. I've really been enjoying watching many of them. Hers was really fun last night. I watched it. Yeah. Okay. This is a reading for the collective on the 3rd day of October, 2023. And I want to be mindful of message regarding communication, authentic voice, healing through expression, and somehow elevating. I'll see if I can bring in later on what I was thinking of my cycle that's coming complete. But by finding your own voice, ultimately you will be healing the relationship that is presenting as challenging at this time. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay, so I'm going to do the first operation. I'm going to choose the swords pile. It just feels, oh, my goodness, that was really interesting. All the cards kind of fell down, and so I'm only going to put 2 cards into the pentacles pile, which means I have an enormous pile of cards for the swords pile. The bottom of the pile is the 3 of Cups, which is really interesting. You know, a 3 of Cups, I have been seeing something in this card that I just feel, oh, we've got cards flying everywhere. We have the Emperor, we have the 9 of Cups, but I'm going to shuffle. So I want to do a video on the 3s and talk about the release that happens in each of the 3s and how that peeling away layer, that onion release, that the 3s, we have this first expansion, this first completeness. And through that, there's this layer that comes off. And I want to look at that release in each of the threes. Hi, Colleen. Okay. Nine of Cups. All right. So did you hear? I said Nine of Cups jumped out, and then I drew Nine of Cups. It almost looks as if Venus is pouring her love on the crowd. She is in her flamboyant attire. Be who you are. Wear what you will. Share what you know. Share your emotion. Share your expression. This is a perfect card actually for this, and I love the depiction in this illustration. Know that in your expression, your emotional expression, perhaps the other is ready to receive it at this time. And it's only us that are afraid to share, right? We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be and not everyone will appreciate us in that way. I mean, this is very expansive energy. Very expansive energy. So this card, if we look at it planetary-wise, this is an expansive, this kind of fits beautifully. It's an expansion, Jupiter, of the moon. Pisces. So it's expanding that feminine energy. Let your inner goddess shine. This is a wild card to come in there. Seven of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So we have two Pentacles cards. That, what are they saying? So we have another receptive suit. We don't have a voice suit. We have cards that feel very grounded, and don't get carried away here. Don't get carried away. Find the integrity in your message. There's some sort of message here, like it's the act of expressing it that is important. It may not be received. You may have to I don't know how to say this. It's like you express it and then you go back into your cave. It might not necessarily be a cave, but you go back to work. You go back to business. But it's the act of expressing it that's important. You sprinkle it where you need to sprinkle it. But then you go back to your process. And perhaps this is about your own self-care and your own nourishment. And yet I'm looking at the snake around, the snakes around, looks like Medusa. Connects in a way to what I was saying about this release is part of your, your shedding and your becoming who you are meant to be. Snakes are, always about transformation. I remember one time I was at a yoga ecology retreat. We were doing sand paintings outside, and I sat down to journal at my sand painting, and a snake went across my sand painting and knocked everything out of the way. That was crazy. I don't know. She's not gasping for breath. I'm looking at Donna's comment. Okay, so I'm just going to sum that up. And this message is important for you to share. It's going to feel really good, actually, in some way, to let it shine. You don't know how it's going to be received, but know that that is the important part of the process. And then you return to your own transformation and your own work. You don't want to hang around waiting for people to applaud or to say, "Ooh, that was really insightful. Now maybe you should write a book about that," because they're not going to do that. That was not the message I was expecting. 3 of Cups was on the bottom of that pile. So you can take that. You're welcome, Amy. I'm also going to pass that message on to my daughter. Sometimes we want so badly to have approval, and this is not what this is about at all. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now that my rant is over, if you have any questions about any topic, I'm happy to respond, and I'm going to let all of this go. Oh, that's so interesting with that 3 of Cups on the bottom, Amy. Mm-hmm. No takers today. Nobody wants a card. I can do a single card. I don't have to do anything in depth. Let me know if you'd like a single card. Inspiration for today. Jennifer says the 54321 tarot tag is great fun. Yes, I think I've narrowed it down. So I have more than 5 books that are pre-2000. So Dee says, I would love one, please. Okay, Dee is first. All right. This card is for Dee. This is the Page of Cups. I'm just looking at her hand gesture. She's got, I think it's this one. I think it's this gesture. Here, I'll show you the card. Sorry. You know what I'm thinking, Dee, is if we weave this whole story together, I wonder if there was a experience in your youth where you were emotionally suppressed by a relationship, by mother, by father. And whether they are here or not, perhaps this message for you is in inspiring a granddaughter, a daughter, a young person to know that it's okay to be vocal. It's okay to express yourself. And in that way, comforting your younger self and holding space for your younger self and saying everything you felt was valid. Mm. Hmm. So I guess the question is, if what I'm picking up on here resonates with you, what you have to share may not be well received, but in some way it will touch them, and for the greater good will shift your relationship. I think there's something really deep and powerful to this message, and I hope more of you can find a way to connect with this. All right, this is a card for Laura. Time. Ooh, look inside this hourglass. This is the Temperance card. Instead of sand, it looks like water. And the water is going through this restriction. And it drips down very slowly and nourishes the seed that's in the bottom. By releasing emotion, slowly, a new seed will grow. So in that, I want to get that card out where in the 9 of Cups, where the peacock lady was spreading her joy, spreading her message, spreading her love, spreading her emotions. This to me, Laura, feels like just saying, to be gentle, to be sparing. Ooh, I like that word. To be sparing with it. And I think the message is that it will be received. It will nourish. But just be gentle with it. Donna, sorry, I don't know where I am. Let's see. I think I'm at Clevis. Okay, right. Thank you. And I just want to say, if you're looking for the Thoth video from the last hour, I have to edit it. I was on for 8 minutes with a silent mic. So it'll be up for sure by tomorrow. I will, I want to respond to Elena in a moment. This is for Clevis. And I do love this deck. I think this is the Eight of Cups, Clevis. We were talking about this card last night in class, that this is one of those cards where we have, and very interesting in that Temperance card, where we had that restriction right in the center of the hourglass, because this is also a card of expansion and restriction. So this is the first decan of Pisces, restricted by Saturn. The truth is, I need a tech assistant. I need a personal assistant, but yeah. Okay, so how does this expand on the collective message for you, Clevis? Do you see this person as wearing a blindfold? Almost as if being guided by the inner light. Wow, you got this card. Okay. You know, when you're in the water that deep, the water feels different. There's more of an awareness of the density of the water. And I really feel a sense of self-determination to move through this part of the emotional journey. And maybe that Saturnian restriction is just in the density of the water. And that lantern there is really useful because that light will help to dry up the water. I feel like the blindfold as well too. We've talked a lot about the blindfold and the gaze over the last little while, and I think understanding how powerful trusting that internal gaze is in these sorts of situations. Yeah. You're welcome, Clevis. Okay. Okay, Sharon. I have to say something. I would love to have a live stream where I have 20 of you, all in little boxes, all in little Hollywood squares on the screen. So we could all see each other's faces, and I don't know, I would love to do that one day. And I have put that invitation out there a few times and nobody's responded. So I want you to think about this and see if we can think about an event, a particular day where you would all have the courage to show your faces and we could hear your voice. Okay? So I think what I'll do is I will plan a date and I will talk about it for a few weeks on Tuesday and Friday. And you can build up the courage to join. Okay. Sharon would like a reading on what will happen with my job search. Okay. So Sharon, you've heard me read so many times. So instead of I guess that's okay. What will happen? What is the energy around my job search? What is the nature of my job search? What do I need to know about my job search? Okay, I just want to expand on the words. It feels, I just don't want you to hand your power over to me. All right, let this be a higher reflection. Okay. All right. So I have we've got some weird cutting stuff going on today. This card wanted to be seen because I cut the cards and then this one just stayed on the table. So we'll see what that card is. He says, you have to show Sharon this card. This is the first drawn card, which is the Magician. You have an abundance of resources at your fingertips. And so I'm gonna read that card, but I feel like I want to draw 3 cards for you. So we have 5 of Swords and we have the Fool. Now, isn't this card interesting? If you consider the 5 of Swords in terms of the communication issues that we were talking about. These are ones, beginnings, fresh starts. So very I want to ask you a question. Was there a communication breakdown? Was there ill words? Were there bridges burnt in the last job? Is there something about the previous job or the current job that is reflected in the 5 of Swords? So, hard to type on phone. Okay. What I want you to observe here is that if you look at the 5s as those difficult situation, bridge cards, and really listen to what I was saying, is that you were meant to journey through that. You had to journey through that in order to absorb that experience so that you could move forward on your new trajectory. I love that you have 2 major arcana of new beginnings. So I want to say that the new job is going to feel like a fresh start, like a new version of you. I love that you have the power and you also have the freedom that is offered by both of these major arcana. Now, the card that didn't want to be ignored is another major. It's the Empress. So you are birthing your new baby, and oh my goodness, look at all that. Yeah. So what to do with this? I think in light of today's message, it would be important to express yourself and then let that be it. So don't not leave without expressing yourself. I think that's an important part of this. and then you walk away. Okay. Did I miss Colleen? Okay. D, you're very welcome. Okay, I missed Colleen. There's Colleen said hello. Okay. Amber's dreaming below me, and her tail is going bang, 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 bang on the floor. Okay. Who am I, or what aspect of myself, capital S self, am I ready to express? I am, before I show you the card, I'm going to say a few things. I'm clever. I'm thorough. I'm intelligent. I pay attention to detail. I have a curiosity for the details. This card reminds me of Horton Hears a Who, where that great clumsy elephant is able to understand the connections and how important it is to look after one another. You are curious. You are seeking more information. You are seeking connection. You're seeking deeper understanding. This card is also the first, no, it's not. Final decan of Taurus. Final decan of Taurus. And then that decan gets taken over by an air court card. The court card for Gemini. Some of you might see it as knights. Some of you might see it as kings. So there's a cleverness there. Okay. All right. So, Donna, we did skip Jennifer. Can you just, I'm going to star Jennifer, and if there's a reason, if Jennifer has had repeated readings, let me know. Okay. All right. So, Elena. Oh, if I've got your name wrong, please tell me. I know your name is new to my brain. Amelia. I'm sorry, Amelia. All right. This is a reading for Amelia on the 3rd day of October 2023. May this card expand on the theme of today's messages and support you on your journey. Shamakya, namaste. Hilda, welcome. Forgive me, Amelia, this is for you. Ooh, green man. Ah, Amelia, green man. All right, just bear with me one moment. Okay, I just am having a mix-up between Amelia and Gergana, and I just need to recall I've had long emails with both of you. You said to me, you have always played with the fairies, that you trust in nature. And, okay, so I am remembering our conversation. Sorry if that was, I hope that's okay to share that. I'm just was trying to find a connection with this card because I feel that I want to connect this to today's theme. This is the voice of nature. The theme was in you expressing your voice, and perhaps this is you sharing your connection with the elementals. Maybe this is about you sharing the power and the strength that you gain through your connection with nature. If in some way you are hiding this side of yourself, that is the authenticity that is ready to come out and to be shared with the world. It's almost as if those are your green eyes in deep connection with the reverence for spirit, nature's spirit, that wants to be shared, and that's what's ready to be expressed. I also want to say something, and that is I get a lot of emails, and I love reading your stories. I really do, and I hear everything that you write, and I read every word. And sometimes I feel badly that I don't reply at length. But I want you to know that everything that you send to me is received with love. and with kindness. Okay. All right. Jennifer is up next. Okay. Thanks, Donna. Yeah, it's lovely. You know, there's something very powerful in exchange for readings. And there's lots of ways that can happen. So thank you for putting that into the chat. And also, I don't spend a lot of time saying things like, please like the video and subscribe to my channel and all of that. That goes without saying. If what I say resonates with you, please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Can we all take a breath, a moment just to hold space for Jennifer's friend in palliative care? I'm just feeling their back body, your back body. The first thing that I was going to say but didn't say was, can you crawl into bed, the hospital bed, and go behind them and support them from behind? I feel like they want it. It's this odd message. I feel like their back wants to be supported. The back body is where grief is stored. I wonder, I'm looking at the Seven of Cups, Jennifer, and I'm wondering if your friend has regrets or some, I don't know, I feel like there's some sort of challenges or some sharing that wants to happen in order to help them release and transition. Jennifer, it's an odd sensation that I'm getting here. So the physical sensations in my body are support them from behind, hands on back, hands on shoulder. This is a sign of support, strength, being someone they can lean on. And I'm reading what you wrote there. When she is feeling confused, she talks about her estranged daughter. So let her talk and do what you can. It's like you're drawing out all that she needs. The more that you can draw out of her, the more that she will release before it's her time to transition. She wants to draw the darkness out. Care is supporting the release, right? Supporting their preparation for transition. So know that you holding the space for those words to come out of her is lightening her load. Okay? That's great work. Okay. All right. Donna, I'm just going to lean on you because I've lost track in the chat. Okay. This card is for Janine. This is really poignant, Janine, considering your circumstances. Look at how her skirt is swinging. I don't think I need to really say too much here. I don't think she knows exactly where she's going, but she knows that this is the path. And she acknowledges the freedom that comes with this. Yeah. Yeah, I love the skirt too. Okay. All right. I don't know if Shamakya has a question. Shamakya, are you still here? It's been an honor to read today and to attempt to share this message. When I dove deep into my personal healing and made myself a priority, I was also caring for my dying mother. And this deep journey into myself and my own evolution, I think, is one of the reasons that my ex-husband didn't have space for me. The reason I'm sharing this is there's this connection to the last time Venus was retrograde. And this has to do with digesting and finding voice and knowing that there are natural endings along the way. If you are going to choose yourself and to choose your own personal development. Yeah. So Let me know how you're doing, all of you. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting one another in the chat. And I will be back tomorrow, and I'll see some of you then. Take good care. Namaste. Thank you very much, Donna.